everyone, Colt and Ryan here, and today we are doing a product review. Unfortunately, I don't have the product on hand with me because I have no idea where we put it because we haven't used it in a few months. But today we are going to be reviewing the Procollar inflatable ring. Colt got fixed probably like in April, I think. When we took him in, you know, we did everything you need to do to get your dog neutered, set up the appointment, made sure he was up to date on everything. And if he wasn't up to date on anything, the clinic we went to would take care of that. And so we went in and they offered that you can either buy one of the plastic cones at the clinic or you can bring your own. Well, it was $15 or something for the plastic cone, and Jacob's parents had one laying around from when they got their dog fixed, so we'll say the $15. We'll just use that one. Went in, got neutered, everything was fine, no issues, and outside of the fact that he wasn't very happy with us when he saw us. He was happy to see us, but you could tell he wasn't very happy about what had happened. So we did the cone. Felt so bad for him because it's so huge. I mean, you see, you know, the memes from Up where the dog is like looking down and he's like, I do not like the cone of shame. Exactly, dogs do not like it, and I don't blame them because you're totally throwing off their whole alignment and peripheral vision, and just the way they're used to walking, they're not able to because they're running into stuff. So we used the cone for like a whole day, and Colt really couldn't move. He was having a really hard time eating because of the cone being so big. It was hard for him to bend down and get to his bowl. Started looking at other options. I had known of like a towel type thing that I saw that almost just looked like a typical like spa towel that you just like wrapped around their neck that was supposed to work. And I had thought about that. Somebody had also said that you could just use a regular towel from home. It just has to be layered up enough that the dog can't bend and lick their wounds. You don't want them to accidentally open up their stitches from their surgery. We went to the pet store and they didn't have the towel things, but they did have the Procollar. We went there and we figured we'd give it a go. Anything had to be better than the plastic cone. I'm sure he was going to be feeling a lot better not wearing the cone. So it's basically a ring, almost like the neck pillows that you see people on road trips or on airplanes with to kind of like help your neck from going stiff while you're in your seat. And there's a little strap at the end that has a Velcro so you can adjust it to. But you blow up the collar and then you just put it around their neck and Velcro it, and it just sits there and it prevents them from being able to churn and dig at their stitches or anything like that. Like basically exactly like what the cone is there for, but a lot easier. My only thing that I will say about it is make sure that you know your dog's neck measurements. We didn't. We were just guesstimating when we were there and using the pictures of the dogs on the box. We first went in and we got the box that had like a golden retriever on it. We figured probably close enough. It was way too big. Like I put it around my neck and it could have worked as a neck pillow for me. So we ended up taking it back. Another thing I will say, if it looks like it's too big on your dog's neck before you blow it up, then put it back in the box and take it back. Because if you inflate it, they can't use it. Our pet store did take it back for us, but since it had been inflated, I guess they had to toss out the product, and I felt kind of bad about that. Honestly, I feel like it was a ridiculously tiny dog that was on the other box. I feel the French Bulldog, but that was the one that ended up fitting his neck. So just make sure you don't blow it up. Like I said, you just put it on their neck, see how it looks. If it looks like it's gonna be too big, go ahead, put it back in the box, take it back to the pet store, and go with another size. But it'd be best to either look at the collar size that your dog is wearing or take a measuring tape and measure their neck before you go and pick it up. But outside of that, I really have no complaints. Colt wasn't able to get it off at all. Didn't even seem to try to take it off. Whereas with the collar, you could clearly see that he was uncomfortable. And came back home with the correct size, blew it up, put it on him, and he was so fine. He seemed so much happier than what he was in the plastic cone, and he was able to move around when he was allowed to eat and drink again. From what the vet had told us, when he was allowed to, he was able to actually get into his bowl and eat like normal. It basically just fit on his neck like a normal collar would. He could go about everything that he typically does, even though he had to wear this stupid thing for like a week or two, I think. The prices on the collar range depending on the size of the dog. I believe they start at $15 and go up to $40. $40 has to be XXL, which is probably for like mastiffs and huge dogs like that. You can purchase this from most pet stores. I noticed most of the major name pet stores, Petco, PetSmart, Pet Supplies Plus. I noticed they all have this collar, at least the ones in our area. I don't know about online. I know Petco and PetSmart did have them online. Not sure about Pet Supplies Plus. You can always look at Amazon, and you could totally use it over and over again. You don't have to use it just for a neuter or a spay. If your dog needs any type of surgery and they're not supposed to have access to it, this Procollar can work really well. And I'm sure along with hot spots too, like that could help wonders. We totally recommend this product. Like I said, it's a little more on the pricier side compared to the plastic cone, but if your dog is miserable and is having a really hard time in the cone, I would recommend looking at it. And maybe if you don't even want to do the Procollar, I would try doing the towel trick. I'm sure if you look online, you'd be able to find it. We hope you liked today's video. As always, we ask for you to like and subscribe. If you want, you can also follow us on Tumblr and Instagram, both of which are also The Adventures of Colt and Rian. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Sorry Colt wasn't in it too much, but I think he's anxious and wants to go do something fun. And this really isn't too fun. So, see you in our next video. Thanks. Bye guys.